We've done the largest city on Honshu and Hokkaido. Now it's time for the largest city on the island of Shikoku. Here are the stadiums and arenas of Matsuyama, Japan. Ninjineer Stadium. Yes, Ninjineer. This is why the Japanese can make high quality cars in an efficient manner. They have these ninja engineers, colloquially referred to as Ninjineers. The Ninjineers have kindly sponsored the home ground of Ehime FC. They're good blokes. Speaking of cars, the former chairman of Ehime FC, who oversaw a major innovation of this stadium, was a Mr. Suzuki. Jim Jiminy, Jim Jiminy, Jim Jim Jaroo, I want a Suzuki Jimny in bright blue. Nah, I prefer green, but it doesn't rhyme. Anyway, that renovation was carried out in order to get the ground up to J-League standards, so the club could join. Ehime, by the way, is the name of the prefecture in which Matsuyama is located. It makes sense to have that name because pretty much everyone within the prefecture is a short drive or train journey away from it. So why not cast a broad net, so people from all over the prefecture can watch the ball go into the back of the net. Ehime Prefecture Budokan. If you've watched some of the other Japanese city videos, you will have probably noticed that they tend to go the extra mile when it comes to these Budokans, which host traditional sports like sumo and kendo, and probably something else that ends with O. Not taekwondo, that's Korean. Judo, that's the one. Anyway, this is an absolutely beautiful building that uses traditional materials, including plenty of locally sourced timber, stone, and ceramics. The timber is the highlight though, of course. That roof is spectacular. I assume the shape of those beams represent the nearby mountains. The Yama in Matsuyama means mountain. There are some more modern amenities, such as the video boards on either side, but yeah, what an interesting venue. It's probably worth a visit even if you don't enjoy watching people hit each other in a variety of different ways. Matsuyama City General Community Center is home to a basketball team called the Orange Vikings. The orange is a reference to the vast amount of citrus production in the area, and I can attest to that. If anything, there are too many oranges, like piles of oranges in the streets. They'd pave the streets with orange rind if only it were more durable. As for the Vikings part of the name, well, I don't know, they're fond of pillaging, I guess. Anyway, this is a humble little arena, but the Vikings are a humble little club. The intimate layout must make the crowd of 1500 sound like a crowd of 1700. Botchan Stadium is home to a very similarly named team, the Mandarin Pirates. Who would win a fight between an Orange Viking and a Mandarin Pirate? I think the Orange Viking would underestimate the power of the pirate, which would thus lead to his downfall. This rather large stadium was built because the city's previous municipal baseball stadium could not be expanded due to the fact that it was situated very near to Matsuyama Castle. Interestingly, the government allowed the locals to take a small amount of the soil from that old stadium, as a memento. The Pirates don't come anywhere near selling this place out. They compete in a small independent league. The reason for the large capacity is that the occasional Nippon professional baseball game takes place here. Perhaps the city wanted to attract its own team at one point. They could have represented the entire island, as there currently isn't an MPB club based on Shikoku. They could be called the Shikoku Tangerines. Or maybe someone could think of a good name. Honourable mentions. Matsuyama Keirin is a fairly impressive velodrome. The capacity is pretty small, but about half of the seats are completely behind glass. So you don't have to deal with the heat and humidity like some sort of commoner. Wherever you're seated, the view will be spectacular. Cool place. Ehime Athletic Park Gymnasium is situated right next to Ninjineer Stadium. The design is nothing to write home about. But then again, it's your letter. You can write what you want. Madonna Stadium. 'Cause we are living in a material world, and this is a material field. By that I mean it's artificial turf. So there you have it. Very easy to pick a favourite this time. It's the Budokan, which is like a fortress of sumo, and kendo, and judo, and karate. And now it's time for extra time. With me today is an expert in Japanese pop culture, Fergal Stupenfig. Fergal, I want to talk to you today about how things like anime have permeated into the West. Why?
Hello. Well, I think that a lot of it has to do with the universal appeal of anime. For instance, one of my favorite things about anime is when they show a low-angle shot of the girl character who has a very short skirt. And it's my favorite thing, and I think it's something that appeals to a wider audience, including those in countries where they don't speak the language of Japanese.
Okay, I was not expecting that answer.
Yeah, well, it's you.
Whoa, my voice just broke. I see things completely differently now. I've wasted my life. I could have done things. I could have seen the world. I could have started beekeeping like I've always wanted to.
Okay, thanks Fergal.
No, thank you.
Thanks for watching, have a good one.